What's up, Goated Ones? Frank from the Goated Guild here, tearing you down to build you up, episode 80 something. Hey, you guys ever have a developer hold your website hostage? Because it's my Saturday. Happy Saturday, y'all. Today we got Heyday, AI Copilot for your own research, notes, and conversations. Now, this is a product I actually use. I started using it recently. It is pretty cool. So I know a little bit about the product and one of the founders. So I'm just dropping everything right now. I'm not editing this one. I'm just keeping it all in here. So let's check this site out, see how good the website is. Turn your information into insights. Heyday is an AI copilot that transforms your document, notes, and conversations into quotes, shareable content, and queryable database. Okay. So now let me see what this thing is on the right. It's moving hella fast. Like everybody does this way too fast. Three most important insights. So it's making this content. Where is it making from? Different sources. So it's doing. Oh, interesting. What are the three most important insights that came up in client conversation this week? And then it's using the sources of the different emails and Zoom calls in order to do that. Wow. That is really interesting. Yeah. So when I first started using Heyday, it was basically just to get a good summary uh, of my calls. But I guess there's an expansion of that so that you can actually think of all these things as data that you can use from different sources. That's interesting. Um, I don't know if I love this. Turn your information into insights. I guess for me, I had like specific use case. But now I'm thinking about like this whole AI assistant being something a little bit deeper. I could kind of see why they might do that. I think this first turn your information into insights is actually fine. It just needs to maybe add a little bit more specifics on this paragraph, because it's just sounding a little bit more general than it needs to be. Like it's Zoom calls and emails, and I don't know. I think that's a little bit missing from that. This example is pretty good. Um, Probably needs some narration, because it's not very easy to see. Like once you zoom out and you kind of take a little bit of time, you can get it. But this is something that's better narrated than it is visual, because it's not really a visual experience, at least in my mind. As seen in Fast Company, Business Cider, Product Hunt, cool. All right, what are we giving this? I think all this together, I do, as I've said a million times, I like the two column thing. Um, I think this example is good enough to show some of the details. Um, it would be nice. Maybe they could just do like all the different sources. They could just have the logos of like where you can grab information from. I think that would communicate more. So that's the only thing kind of stopping it from being like a 9. I got to give it slightly less. It's probably like an 8.7. I think the page, this hero is pretty good. I do understand what the product is, and also like the bigger vision of like where they're going with it. It's like how do you pull out some deeper insights? Um, it'd be cool if, for example, I've had a call with a client. I've had customer calls for Go to Guild when we do customer research. We're going to have a call with the team, and people on the team will say, oh, we think our product is this. And then I go have a call with, 5 of their customers, and they say, well, we think the product is this. And then we go to the website, and there's like information there. And it's like the product says it's this on the website, and kind of comparing that, having AI kind of help lead and guide that conversation would be pretty cool. Let AI do the heavy lifting. Modern professionals rely on Heyday to generate meeting notes, which is the main thing that I got from it. Was I didn't have to take notes during meetings. Like it would be understood and captured, and it does a really good job of formatting it. Extract insights from research and draft content that draws from past reading and conversations. This is literally just what I just said. Like where is this information coming from? Like this actually would be better than this. Like if this was if this part here, this image was up here, I think this would have been a 9 for me. Um, Meeting those posts, quotes, Q&A, because this is what I'm really trying to understand. Um, yeah, that's like the core of it. Extract insights from what you've written, read, and said. It's impossible to remember all the meaningful information you consume, which is something I talked about with Ikram from Venmo. That you've learned sometimes you learn a bunch of lessons and then you don't actually remember them or utilize them all the time. So writing assistant, I don't really need that. Topic assistant, maybe. Call recaps, that's super useful. I think this is good because this is combining. Hey, Andy Sparks, what up, man? Um, it's combining use cases with the testimonials, which is really good. Um, it's a rare thing to have both, because this is a real person. I know Brian Wang's a real guy. He's a good founder who's now a coach. Um, yeah, I actually haven't seen this particular format before, but I think this is awesome. Tap into your wisdom via ChatGPT. Draws from your conversations to know. ChatGPT doesn't know you or your clients. Heyday creates a database of your wisdom based on your conversations. Stop uploading transcript to ChatGPT, right? Secure Zoom app joins your conversation and generates notes with 0 clicks. Augments your workflow. Many clients summarize how my clients feel about Enneagram. Many clients like Alex and Jordan have expressed Enneagram has been a powerful tool for enhancing self awareness. My thing with ChatGPT is sometimes it says stuff confidently and people just like, it's not really fact check. Sometimes I've like asked ChatGPT something and it's something that sounds like a smart answer, and then I'm like, did somebody, like, for example, is it a quote, right? It's like, oh, this person said this, and I was like, did they actually say that? They're like, no, they didn't actually say that. um, so I think people got to be careful with ChatGPT because it's not like, I think for stuff like topic assistant, it can be helpful, just like coming up with ideas for things, but to trust it for insights, I'm not I'm not convinced on that yet. Because I see a lot of bad thoughts just being copy and pasted at a company, do a whole brand strategy that was just like them, taking what I said, throwing it in ChatGPT, and then throwing it back at me. They didn't even like edit it; they just literally copy and pasted it. It was like so lazy, so it was very easy to tell that it was ChatGPT, but it also just like wasn't good. So it's something to be wary of. 100% confidential, deletable, verified. This is a weird. I don't know. They need some white space here. That's strange. People who do a lot of research love Heyday. Nice. These are great quotes. These are real people, their full names and their companies, and they're all willing to be on the homepage. Yeah, that's a solid testimonial section. Copilot for all use cases, executive coaches, management consultants, investors and advisors. Yeah, I think it would be good to have these focus pages. Always recommend this. See, that's interesting. Upcoming meeting, follow up questions, action items. That's what I like about Heyday. It has everything kind of formatted in a beautiful way. Yeah. I think sometimes the video, like you can't, I think for me, sometimes there's an anticipation of like people, if I watched a video from the start, I think this is the same video from the homepage, but I didn't see the first part because I was reading the other part. People cannot read and watch at the same time. So you have to just like discount the time that somebody might spend on the first part of it, because people might not even see the video if you're going to do an autoplay video, um, which has its benefits. But I think I missed what would have been like the key part of the video because I was reading, because it's on the left. You'd expect to read first. So does this page? This page actually doesn't do too much. Overall, this page is really solid though. I think they probably need a feature section just so people know a little bit more about some of the features of the product. But it's also a product that is pretty simple. Like it's not too complicated. It's like attach your meetings and your data sources, and it's going to help you create these meeting follow-ups, action items. I wonder if it ties into like Asana and things, because it does have, action items. So maybe if you could push it to Asana or whatever else, or Pre, great app you can get in the App Store right now, Pre with 3 E's. Yeah, $40 a month is kind of pricey. App integration is reading context. This is actually important. I don't think people fully know that, because that's one of the problems, like the context window of how much space you have to do things. The knowledge base, contextualized search. It's actually just, even if it's just a meeting notes, God, that is so useful. Just this. So I definitely like this page. I mean, I think they've got all the elements that you need. Maybe a couple more specifics to make it a little bit better, but I think I'm pretty clear on what the product is. And I think the testimonial part, and specifically the testimonials on use cases, really sets it apart. So the page, I'm actually going to give a 9.3. And I don't know if you guys know the rules out here in the Goated Guild, but if you average a 9, you are goated. So officially, Heyday we haven't had a goated one in a while. So you are goated. Clap it up for Heyday, y'all. If you guys are looking for meeting notes and just more knowledge about your meetings and contexts and finding ways to grab insights, check out heyday.xyz. As always, get your customer feedback from gotoguild.com. Walk in the corner, brush your teeth, be nice to people. Anything else? I had to come up with more outros. Denbo out.